Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, and I'm going to be talking to you right now about a very touchy subject, which people do not like right now. They do not want to talk about it, and it's called suicide. It is not worth it. I'm going to be explaining to you why it's not worth just flat out, basically killing yourself. So, if you ever thought about killing yourself, and you know what all of this is all about, it's not going to do anything good. Think about it. Killing yourself. Killing is murder. And murder is a sin. And if you kill someone, you get 25 years to life in prison in America. And the psyche about murder, just think about it. If you really want to kill yourself, what do you have to go through to try to kill yourself? What kind of psyche do you have to go through? And what kind of psyche is it? I think it started right there. But it is not fun. Murder will actually scare you if you're the victim. And that includes suicide. And also, since you're scaring yourself, you're letting yourself go through a cowardly moment by killing yourself. So in that that regard, if you murder yourself, you're really sacrificing yourself to Satan. So that means that you're going to Satan instead of God. In that regard, you're actually going to hell instead of heaven. If you commit suicide, it's murder, and murder makes you scared, and you're basically your psyche cannot even stand the thought of you killing yourself or you being killed. And if you get killed, and if you kill yourself, you're sacrificing yourself to Satan and then that means you're going to hell. So that means if you want to go in peace, I know you don't want to hear us, but you're going to have to fight your battles instead of trying to fight your battles on your own. Why do you go to Jesus to fight your battles? And let me tell you something. Jesus loves you. He only wants you to go in peace, not sadness. And it's not sadness. It's actually, if you ever want to think about life and love, just remember, give yourself a second chance. Be that person that accepts Jesus into your heart. Basically, try your best to be that person that is no matter what goes to you, that you're being happy all the time. But also, if you're on earth, just think of it this way. You're never troubled with Jesus, because when Jesus' spirit is within you, you're never going to be troubled by any suicidal thought. You'll never think about murdering yourself. You'll think about, well, when am I going to make it to heaven? But that's it. Another term is, what do I have to do for you, Jesus, in order to make it to heaven? Suicide stuff. And you really need Jesus for it. Just remember, it's a cure. It's not the fact that you are basically going to have to battle. I mean, you're going to have to battle this out, because I know you've been through really rough time, guys. That doesn't mean suicide. Jesus will get you through everything. Think of the hardest person in the Bible to deal with all these troubling thoughts. I mean, there was David, who was at one point trying to kill himself because of all the people that hated him and the fact that he was being chased all the time. He didn't know where to go, and he was supposed to be a king. Yet he was king for several years, maybe until his 80s and 90s. There was, I would say, Job, who was struck with sickness and he had nothing left after all the riches he has had. And then he had so much and lost so much because he knew the devil was taking all of things. But that was God that took all of his things. He knew that God had taken all of his things. He did not commit suicide. He said, God bless them. He said, God bless me. He was fearful of God. But that was all he had that. I mean, he was fearful when he saw God, but when he saw God, his life was so much better. He lived so long after that. There was Saul and Paul. Let's go first with Saul, since he was the most atrocious person to Christianity. He was the one that wanted all Christianity to be gone. He would be considered the worst atheist today and worst Jew today. He would be the type of person that would be a monotheist. Yet his life completely turned around through Jesus. No matter what miracle you have to go through, Jesus is there for you to turn your life around. Like I said, in 2 minutes, like on around the second minute of the video, suicide is not the answer. Matter of fact, it you know how the psyche of your mind just prevents you from committing suicide. It's fearful of what suicide really is. It's very fearful of death. And you know, it's right. Because when you commit suicide, you're sacrificing yourself to Satan. And that means you're in hell instead of heaven. That's the reason why suicide is not the answer, because it'll make you so sad in hell. It'll make you weep so hard, and you don't even have tears to weep with. You'll be burning. You'll be eaten by many worms. You'll be literally rotting, and you'll be beaten up by demons, and worse. And the feeling of fear is so bad there. It truly is. It's so much darkness that you can feel it. Don't go to hell, guys, okay? Be at peace with yourself. Do not murder yourself, okay? Alright, I'll be done now, okay? Bye.